Mr. Tanya, when's the last time you thought of him in a positive way?
Oh, last time? We're gonna say last night. We'll say last night was the last time I thought of him in a positive way.
I'm always positive.
I know you're always positive, but you can be there. Okay, so um, we're going through a project, and this whole wedding and everything. And the thing that I love about him is that he always comes to me with solutions to challenges that we're having. So even when I'm stressed out. So like say a couple weeks ago, he knows I get stressed out at work. I'm payroll manager. So he'll call me at work with the craziest thing. So we were dog sitting my uncle's dog. And he called me like, hey, just want to let you know that me and Kingston voted you out the house. Mainly Kingston. The dog name is Kingston. I'm like, you called me on the phone to tell me that in the middle of the day that you gonna vote me out the house. The dog voted me out the house. I was on the phone and just busted out laughing and told the lady on the phone that, okay, my fiance just called me with some stupid stuff, talking about the dog voted me out the house.
But the purpose for that is just that so that in a day when you're working hard, sometimes it's just nice to know somebody else is thinking about you when the world's trying to close you down. So to me, it just makes sense to give her a phone call just for a moment to let her know that, hey, there's a light at the end of that tunnel. Don't forget that. That's what I do.
Yeah, and plus he has the gift of motivation. So pretty much when he talks and goes to a spiel, if you play music in the background, it sounds like a nice motivation.
I wouldn't know. I don't think she would know that because most of the time she falls asleep. And like I said, we met in October 18, and after she did the thing of, telling me to put the world down and she had my back, at that moment I knew that I was gonna marry someone. So building that all up, I decided that I wanted to do this elaborate wedding. This is like at the end of 2018. It's like first of the year. I had already surprised her on her birthday. My kids had took her these big old teddy bears, and it's all over YouTube how they surprised her and made her happy. And I looked up and I was like, I knew I wanted to marry her, so I had never let my daughter meet anyone I had dated. So she finally met her, she loved her. So I tell my daughter, this news, I didn't know how she was gonna react. And I said, hey baby, I'm gonna marry Tanya. And she hopped out the car and jumped in my arms, like tore my legs up again. I thought that was so exciting. And me and her, this leads up to the proposal because all this factors into the fact that I decided that I needed to find a ring, and my daughter wanted me to find a ring. And before we went to go find a ring, I showed her these things, joking. I was like, what kind of ring you like? And I found this thing of like 12 different designs, and I wanted a heart ring. And she showed me everything but the heart. She didn't even like the heart ring. That was the sad part about it. So we decided, my daughter, me and her went and found the ring. We did all that, we found the ring. And my daughter talked me into getting the heart ring. She told me to get the ring I like, because she said no matter what, she's gonna love it. So I ended up buying her a heart ring. And I had called my best friend. We had set up this elaborate Valentine's Day proposal. So here it is, January 10th. I'm like, okay, we got a whole month. But I was walking around with a ring, like this big expensive ring in my book bag that I walk around all the time. I got this ring with me for like 3 weeks. And we started talking about one day getting married. And we decided, I think either she found it, I found it. She was like, let's go just check some places out. So we went to Pristine Chapel, and we walked in there, and my daughter was there. She was like, this place is gorgeous, this place is nice. And we left there, it was January 12th. And I still had a whole month before I was gonna marry her, asked her to marry me. And I got home, and that place just, it does this thing to you where you can't see your life without her, and God forbid something happened I never asked. So I couldn't wait that long. So we get home, and I look at her, and she's sitting there doing paperwork or something. My kids are gone. They came ready to come to the house, and I take the ring, I can't get it out of my book bag fast enough. So I'm trying to get it while she's not looking. And I get the ring out and I'm talking to her and I'm trying to figure out how to approach her to say, will you marry me? And the thing is, because of my knees, I can't get on my knees long. At the time I couldn't get on my knees long. So I get down on one knee next to her and she's like, he doesn't do that. And I put the ring in front of her and she's looking at her papers and she looks at the ring and she just sits there and sits there and sits there. Now by now I'm on both knees because one knee I started crying. I'm in tears on one knee. And now she's just sitting there and sitting there. Now I'm about to lay down on the floor.
That's the exaggerated part. That's the part where he exaggerated.
I'm about to lay down on the floor. It's agony.
It was not agony. It was like probably 5 minutes.
And she looks at me and goes, oh, I'm supposed to say yes.
You don't understand. It's exaggerated. So I'm looking at the ring, looking at him, and trying to decide, okay, what's going on? Because I knew it was going to come soon. I ain't know it was going to come that day. So it took me a minute to because I was thinking in my mind I know I meet you, but I still don't know you, but just a whole lot of things going in my mind. So I'm like, okay, yes, I said yes eventually, but he got down on both knees and proposed, and I did say yes.